Shannon! Shannon, how are you, beautiful?
I'm good. I'm over here just relaxing in this good weather.
Where are you?
I'm in a destination outside the country.
Yes. That's code name for a bitch is working. So, Shannon, I finally binge watched the season.
Oh, you did?
I did. I finally binge watched it. Yes, I did. Shannon,
tell me your honest opinion. And let me say this first. When I talk to people, I want you to be able to be truly honest from any critiques, any negativity, any positive, all that, because I like real, honest people's opinions.
Well, ding dong, the bitch is here. Shannon, let me tell you something. My personal favorite part is when you came out, when you walked body. Now, I'm not gonna lie. When they said Shannon finna walk body, I was like, okay. And I'm not, like, remember when I met you, I said I'm not really versed in like the ballroom scene and like your history and all that other stuff. You know, I'm catching up like everybody else. And my friend who I was watching with, they was showing me your videos from back in the day. I was like, okay, Shannon was that girl. But from just watching it, I was,
She's still that girl.
She's still that girl. Yes. She that girl. So I'm not gonna lie, when I was watching it, I thought that what's mama's name? I don't want to be rude. It's missing me. What's her name? Garcon? Is that how you say it?
Sasha.
I thought Sasha was finna take it. I really did.
Mm-hmm.
I really did. Shannon, when you just came out and you was just titty shaking and bouncing and twerking, Shannon, I watched that at least 5 times. And I was about to post it the other day on my Instagram, and just because I was like, I don't know what it is about when the girls just start bouncing their titties and twerking their ass and doing all that shit. And I was like, yes, ma'am, Shannon. Now, okay. I did think that the House of TC should have went a little further.
Okay.
I wanted House of TC just to go a little bit further.
That was winning.
I wanted House of TC to go a little further. You know what, Shannon? The only thing I would say about your house is, because y'all was always consistent. Y'all were always consistent. Y'all always stayed at the top. Like y'all was really the house to be. The only thing was, I just wish in the final performance I could have saw you dance more. Like it was 1 week. It was 1 week when you were standing. I think you had on red, and you were standing in the back, and you was kind of doing the choreo with them. You was kind of.
Oh no, that was the Barbie when I had the blue on and the box.
Yes, and you came out, and then you got him. Yes, it was that one. I was like, I wanted to see Shannon dance, duck walk, even Shannon risk your life in Death Drop one time for us. Risk your life in Death Drop just one time, girl. The people would have went bananas.
I tried. I practiced. I really did try to practice, and I was given, I'm not about to do this. But then also, and I said this before, they didn't supply any of my footwear on that show. And I wasn't about to sit up there and damage my footwear that I paid a lot of money for, to entertain them like I'm a monkey on a TV. And I only want to go even further into that, but that's exactly what I told them. That's what I wasn't going to go on TV to do. Because I came to this show, and y'all brought me to the show for a reason, to showcase, to elevate. Mm-hmm. And the reality that nobody wants to talk about it, I will always say this. Just 5 minutes ago, the world and everybody from the LGBT community to the straight community, all the people think Ballroom and those people are trash and they dirt and they're the lowest scum of the earth. And they're the lowest scum of that community. So they needed somebody like me to showcase to the world, because everybody knows me, everybody knows that I was doing this and things outside of La La Land. They saw what I brought to the whole scene. And they needed that to bring it to the world, to elevate, so that the world began, okay, well, they're not all dirty. They're not all this. Mm-hmm. Because we talked about that on the show that day that I came at Sophia's, how motherfuckers don't want to show up to work. This is a job. You don't even want to show up to work and look like you motherfucking look like you got some sense.
And you know what? It's funny that you say that, and I can see that, because I was watching it and I was telling my friend again, I was like, they're using Shannon's imagery a lot. Like they use her a lot in the graphics and the opening, in the little what they call the little bits that they play,
the promos and all that.
They use Shannon's face and voice a lot, so I can see that. Yeah, and you know
all
what?
That was mine. Mind you, they didn't pay for not zero, none of that. I
What
did
you,
all that.
and
Down to the
when you
makeup
say
and hair.
zero, you refer to what exactly?
So all the promos, all the press, everything that you saw was Shannon. My wardrobe, my hair, my shoes, my makeup, my styling. I did my own hair, my own makeup, my own hair. Everything was me. Me.
HBO ain't. No. Hey, listen, HBO. I'm not talking bad
Zero.
about y'all. I'm just asking questions because hey, I want y'all to hire me one day. They
So
didn't
if
provide
I
y'all
can do
with
all
no.
that by myself with no team, that's me
They
showing
didn't
up
give
to
y'all
work
no
looking like
budget.
that. No, but see, but that's you had to show up. You're looking like that yourself. That was the first ball. They wanted everybody to do that. So that shows you if I can show up there looking like that, but nobody else showed up there looking like that. That tells you about these other housing stuff. Now,
Ooh.
I've always said Ballroom has an amazing talent. There's a lot of people that can do this whole thing. That's what, and I remember I said this to Sasha. Sasha had been doing this for years, but Sasha, you never showed up until the very end. Like you can show up. And I thought that was a disservice for you trying to put on the ballroom, which I think you should have did a little bit more. Because bitch, we wouldn't have the slave.
How much time you got? Because I feel like being messy.
I got a lot of time.
Okay, I want to ask some questions then, because I was sitting here when I was watching, and I'm listening to hear you talk right now. What's your? Ooh, I'm gonna interview you right fast, Shannon. How I be interviewing the people. Hold on, let's get into it.
I'm ready.
I didn't even know I was gonna wake up and do all this, but here you go. Here you go. Legendary. You want to be a star? You want to be a
legend?
Who is that performing that? All I really want to be is an icon or a statement. Is it legendary?
This DJ Mike Q and somebody else. Let me see.
Oh, James Blake. James Blake.
No, it's Ashby. Mike Q and Ashby.
So I do this thing on when I interviewed, my top model girls, when I'm interviewing people, I do this thing where I do roll call where I name everybody who was cast on the season. So this is going to be a legendary roll call where I name I'm going to name every house, and you're going to tell me the first thing that comes to your brain. Are you ready?
Okay. I'm always preface this at the beginning. I don't know everybody in all these houses. I didn't know them before, and I don't know them after. And that's not being shady or me. You're just not interested for me to know.
Let's get into it. House of Chanel.
I knew nobody in the House of Chanel, but I have great love. I live in Atlanta, and House of Chanel is an iconic house, and I have love for the house, period.
What did you think about their performance that first week out?
I got to see that performance. The opening with the coat, y'all, I wish that they would have showed it like it was. It was a beautiful moment, and they missed it to show it to y'all. But the performance lacked. And unfortunately, they went home, and I told them you can't go home first.
Okay.
But it wasn't a good performance.
Okay.
But the coat was amazing.
The next house on the list is a House of Prodigy.
I think, believe it or not, y'all, and I'm gonna say this because people don't want to talk about it. So when we was filming the promos the day before, Deja, who is the girl on that team, she and my son Khalid are supposed to be brothers and sisters or whatever. And we was in quarantine. We ain't supposed to be around each other. So I was spraying because it was stinking. We was in this nasty stinking warehouse. I was spraying a little lifestyle, a little spray, whatever. And she happened to come down. Now, mind y'all, I don't have no malice bone in my body towards people. If I don't like you, I'm gonna tell you I don't like y'all. Y'all should know that by now. I don't know her. She's a pretty girl. She came, and I just was playing. Sometimes I have to play with these people think I'm a bitch, and I'm not friendly and things. And I was just spraying, and she came down, and I was like, y'all can't. And and Jason came down the step, and it was just a big misunderstanding.
Oh, y'all was for the thumb.
I sprayed her. No.
Y'all was for the thumb.
No. I am. No. But it was never that. And I didn't think no more about it. It was, for me, it was just ha funny. I didn't spray her. I was too far back. But it became such a big thing. And Jason sent me this long thing giving, you are overall mother. You shouldn't act like that. And you shouldn't spray. And I said, let me tell you something. I'm always the bigger person. I apologize if she felt that way. You knew what my room was at. You could have easily came down to my room, even though we was in quarantine. I fuck all this TV show. I've always told everybody in Ballroom, and even to now, you'll know, we have to go to back to Ballroom together. They don't give a fuck about y'all. I care about y'all. So if you want me to care about you, I'm gonna care about you genuinely, or I'm gonna tell you get the fuck on. I don't give a fuck no more. Period. So nobody ever came. Jason, it just got to be too much, and I was like, I don't got time for this. It's just too much. I said my piece. I apologize. You can accept it. You can accept it. You can get on. You can get on. That's how I am. And so I'm thinking that it's over, whatever the case may be.
Right.
To the next day, it was the first ball. The Prodigies got kicked off. They were the first house that got kicked off. Not the way they aired it on the show, but they actually were the first house that got kicked off.
Oh, okay.
So what they did was they switched it when they aired it around to make it look like, because we went on with the Chanel's. So if we got the highest score, they wanted to make it look like going into the next episode was starting with Shannon failed and used that whole mantra. So that's how they had to set it up. So Jason and them leave. And when I tell y'all, if you get kicked off, you out of that hotel by noon the next day. Noon.
No, we not giving.
Ghosts.
Do they give y'all a per diem?
You get a per diem.
Good. Okay.
Per diem and you get a paycheck, but you get but you get when you get out, you go. So I didn't get to see the performance because they split. It was 10 houses, so they split 5 and 5. So the first group of houses, so I think it was the Garcons, the Chi-Chis, the Prodigies, and 2 other houses I forgot. Seeing it on TV was what I saw it there, just like everybody else. I didn't mind that performance. I think that performance was not the worst. I think that it was, I got that theme and I understood it. But I think what all these houses fail to realize is that you're going on TV. And and you're supposed to be coming from Ballroom. We have done so many things. You have to make sure that it is grand. This is what you showcase, and they tell us, if we wasn't on quarantine, it was almost like America's Next Top Model. They tell you get off the plane, the first challenge, and somebody going home. If it wasn't quarantine, that's what would have happened. You had to come there with choreography, looks, makeup. You had to do everything yourself. They won't do nothing for none of these houses. So y'all, this is what each of these houses done. So for everybody to only try to nitpick, oh, Shannon failed. But bitch, y'all fail in every aspect. At least I look motherfucking sickening, falling on the floor.
You did look good.
Beyonce has failed and got back up and looked sickening while falling.
So where are you gonna have the Prodigy now? Y'all okay?
So Sanaya, the icon Sanaya, supposed to have patched that together and let them know, because we talked, and I was like, Deja hit me up in my inbox and was disrespectful, and I was like, hold on, not that girl, wrong girl. I apologize, and if you didn't get the message, I apologize, but what I'm not going to do is keep going back and forth this way. So now I was like, no, Shannon, I don't think you should have went about that way. You should have went. I said, well, I don't got time for that. My patience is little. So I apologize if she felt that way, offended, because it was never that. She's a beautiful girl. Me and Jason is cool now. So that was just a big misunderstanding that didn't even have to go there. And that's why I keep trying to tell people, as an adult, I told Jason, I said, you got to know who the person you're dealing with. You know, I've never had these problems. I'm not that person. So why would you even come at me or think that was any kind of way and being disrespectful and stuff? So they went on, and then the next house.
The next house is it the House of Lux? Is that how you pronounce it?
The House of Lux. Yeah. So the House of Lux was the house of
the House of Luce or something like that. Real, exquisite. Luce.
But they came to the show as the House of Blonic. But because they took a member from another team that supposed to was on another team last year, and they left the House of Blonic. Camaro was given, no, y'all not gonna use my house on the show. So they end up having to rename that house as the Lux on the show.
Where Lux came from?
The House of Blonic.
But I'm saying, like, where did the name Lux come from? Where did they get inspired from that,
I don't know. That you would have to ask them. So I thought, but I kind of thought, because I was like, the Lux, the Blondes are here, the Lux. I thought it was kind of disrespectful. Y'all just making up these houses out here. No, send them home. You don't get it, because it's disrespectful to the scene. How you gonna come out here and make up and create something when it's plenty of houses that y'all could have used? There's no disrespect to none of them. It's just this as an overall mother, somebody who has been in this, because y'all, I can talk about this because I've been in this scene for 16 going on 17 long years consecutively, never stopped. While y'all bitches have just got here and y'all not legendary, you're not statements, and you're not icons. There's bitches that got the title icon, bitch. You're not an icon. Like you're not a household name. You not having influence nobody, and you damn sure ain't motherfucker want nobody to be like you. Moving on.
All I really want to be is an icon. Shannon, oh my God. Yes! Shannon, I know I needed this on this Saturday morning, but is there anything else?
You need it all.
the House of Love. I really want to rename it the House of Luché. Listen, anybody out there, listen, y'all know I'm a brand and marketing genius. I like the House of Luché better. That's a little, the House of, what house you from? The House of Luché? That's better.
So, and this is why they, see, this is the unfiltered Shannon. I can really get really.
Yes, really I'm going to pull it out.
But I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to air all their business and all the things out. So the next house.
The next house is the House of Milan.
So the House of Milan actually came from my original house, the House of Con. I think the House of Milan, they could have done some good. I just think that they brought too much of the ballroom shade to TV and you didn't talk about nothing. I think the big problem with a lot of these people that came on there with stories, they should have really dove deeper inside and gave something really more personal than they did, because it was a lot of the same bullshit that don't nobody care. It's not special. It don't make no sense. It's given. What else have you done? And if you haven't done anything, that don't make you that nobody cares about that on TV. It's the same old, same old.
What else you think, Shannon?
And I think that Grand March was they got through. It was cute. Next house.
Shannon, where you from?
I'm from the DMV.
I can hear it when you just said cute. Ooh, you know, that's one of my favorite accents. The people from Baltimore, I love that Baltimore accent. Cute. Okay, the House of Icon.
Oh, the House of Icon. So, it's so funny because she watched the body challenge and I had to battle my daughter, Kylie. So Kylie was a Balenciaga first. And then she left because she had busted her knee or something. And I didn't know all this. I didn't even know Kylie until after the show, the show, doing the show after. And she's back in the house now since Memorial Day.
She defected.
Yes. So
why she do that?
Icon. She just went on the show. A lot of these teams and people needed people to be on that team instead of looking within that house and finding out talent and brought people on and stuff and things. So we talked about it with the parents because we respect James and Ashley and stuff. And so she was never a member. She never walked formally in the ballroom scene under the house. So she wanted to come back home. So she came back home to Balenciaga. I love the House of Icon because they were so, just like everybody else, they was infectious, they was bubbly. They were, in ballroom, you on one of the two scales.
Okay.
The classy, glamorous, or you on the Banshee set.
Okay.
And the Icons is a Banshee set. And they love that. And I always didn't have no problem with the Icons, apparently until I saw the show.
And what was it given?
Where their father wanted to say, when are you going to showcase yourself, mother?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to go out there and showcase myself to let him know that, baby, have a good day. The train has left the building with you on it.
Shannon, you are a reader. Oh, my God.
And this is the nice week.
Oh, I believe it. You know what, Shannon? You know, another thing I noticed too when I was watching it, I said, you know what I'm really enjoying about Shannon on this show? And it goes back to what you said earlier about knowing that you're on television. Shannon, every time I saw you, whether it was in practice, whether it was in the interviews, Shannon, your hair was done, your body was pulled in, you had on something nice. And out of all the things that I really take away from remembering from the show, I remember like the House of TC, I remember you. But one of the top things, I remember Shannon always looking good. Shannon always looked good. And I really respected that you allowed your children to like do their thing, and you popped in where you found it appropriate. Because I mean, let's not lie, like, you're Shannon. Like, everybody knows Shannon. Shannon gonna walk into the stage and she's gonna give the things. Everybody already know what it gives, what it is, and what it's still gonna do. But like the fact that you, to me, were humble enough to like let other people, let your children. Yeah, like I really respected that a whole lot.
And that's what that's the Pisces and the pureness that's in my heart, that I know who I am. I don't need to down somebody, to outshine somebody, to make myself, or put somebody down to make myself look good. See, I built myself. I don't need anything other. But what I built myself to a point now where my platform to use to build somebody else up. I know what made me feel great and still make me feel great when somebody that loves me, that has my back, to uplift me. So why can't I do that for somebody else? And the staff and people, they saw that. They was like, so many times, Shannon, we've seen you dim your light to let other people shine. That's why I specifically kept saying, I'm here to showcase my children. I don't dance. That's not what I'm here for. I need to make them. I literally painted them, dressed them all through the whole show, because that's what I was there for. I was never going to let my kids go out there looking no mess. That's not happening. I'm going to that door every day. Not, okay, y'all, I'm up. I'm getting myself done. Wait till the last minute, because I will go out there and slay you and let you go out there and look a mess so you can know how I feel. Then you're going to come back and say, Mother, I'm sorry. I got to teach you a lesson.
Oh,
I'm a black mom. I'm about to teach you a lesson.
I'm going to ask you a question about this, because something happened, and I felt like what you just said, we saw that happen on the main stage, but we're going to keep on going over roll call. House of TC. I thought House of TC was going to make it all the way to the end. I really did.
So let me say this. So the only person I knew on the House of TC was Simone. And I knew of Gia from walking one or two balls, but that's about it. So nobody else was known figures in Ballroom. By watching them perform, because I seen about 2 or 3 of their performances, they are an amazing group of performers, amazing group. But again, I said this many of times, this is a ballroom show. Every house had 3 chances. And I hear this so many times with the people, like, it's not fair with the 10 points and this and that. No, it is fair. We all went in it with the same rules. Everybody had the same playing field. You're not speaking up for all the other 9 houses and say, oh, they didn't do good on their performance, but TG did good. Okay, you think they're supposed to be superior, but you got 2 other challenges after that. You go out there and this is now, Real Ballroom don't do performances. Real Ballroom is the second portion with the categories. So that shows you who was Real Ballroom and who wasn't. There's nothing wrong with that. Skills, everybody has skill set. Let's keep it real across the board, everybody, period. And so, in the third, if you didn't make it the first, you can make it the second, you ended up at the bottom, you had another chance. Look at the Muglers. One of the best performances of the whole season. Malik went out there and ate it.
Destroyed.
Look at Amari. Amari went out there and ate it several times.
Destroyed.
So, thank you. So you cannot be mad. You got 3 opportunities to win. If you fail, you can get yourself out of one of them 3 things. Don't be mad and begrudge somebody else. This is a competition. And like, everybody can't win. I didn't end up winning at the end. I'm still a winner. It don't make me no less and no better. The only part that I sad about is that my kids didn't get what they deserved. I got what I deserved. Because I didn't even have to go on the bench to be Shannon. For real. And that's honest truth. TV don't make me. I make TV.
Shannon, pop pussy on a handstand. Now, wait. You just danced, Shannon. You just said something I wanted to ask you about. Dang it, you just said something. It'll come back to me. Why do you think what you said about the points in the category? As a viewer, and as, again, someone that has surface level knowledge of Ballroom, I thought it was dope that they had the performance, and then they had the category, and then they had the battle. Because, like, in your case, you're not a dancer, so when your house is doing performances, you probably can't tap into your skill set that you're known for in Ballroom. But when things like category come up,
I can come out there and excel, and I can show my light can shine, and you can get a piece and a glimpse of what I do. And if you notice people, and nobody ever wants to really talk about it or give me credit, or even all the shade they want to try to throw Balenciaga, they ain't throw it back to the other people that tried to stop my bag every time you turn around, because they knew out of everybody on that show, y'all, Shannon was the star. Shannon was the bitch that every single one of them bitches was threatened by. Shannon. Because in Ballroom and real Ballroom, I am that bitch.
Shannon, you was waking the neighborhood up, girl. We don't want everybody coming outside looking at us. But to piggyback off you, girl, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to see you in Sasha. It's Sasha, right? Sasha Sanchez. Okay. Yes! I wanted to see both of y'all walk, face, and eat and destroy. And when it came on and it said the house that won, I can't remember who was the house that won the week before, but they blocked Shannon from walking face. I said they were smart, because I would have did the same thing. No, bitch, sit your pretty ass down. Because every time I see you, I be like, Shannon, you was beautiful.
But can I tell you why you don't do that? Because this is what I want, and this is why people didn't understand or get. I educated and uplifted other people from other houses. Shannon, if you're in a competition now, nobody would do this. If you look at competition in life and competition TV and the history of television shows, you rarely ever see somebody build other people up on other teams so that they, instead of putting them down and building themselves up. I didn't need to do that. I told Tonka, because I wanted to motherfucking let the world know that, sweetie, y'all think I would have chopped Sasha or chopped my son Diego. No, bitch, they ain't my competition. Tonka is the competition, bitch. This is real life. This ain't Ballroom. See, all of them went in and thinking real Ballroom when this is fake TV Ballroom.
Yeah.
So you have to look at it from people who don't understand it and people who are judging it. You have to pull on their heartstrings, humanity, changing things, because this is how life is changing and working. You gonna sit up there and chop me from face, but yet I told y'all in y'all face that, sweetie, I'm going to send my children out in my motherfucking image. And they're going to go out there in my image and they're going to beat y'all with y'all own game. And that's what happened. And that's what I end up doing.
Shannon, we was waking up the neighborhood, but we're going to keep on going with it. House of TC, the House of Orici. House of Orici. Wait, hold on. Before we go on to the House of Orici, what do you think about Simone when Simone was going off? Like she did?
So I thought it was in poor taste, and I think that Gia, if you were the leader of the house, should have stepped in and put a kibosh to that. Because me personally, I think it made Simone look bad. You can't, and I've been there in real Ballroom. You can be the most beautiful person, and if you act ugly for a second, people, it takes years to come back from that. And Simone has potential to be very lovely, and that right there can turn people off from you. That's how, as an adult, as somebody who's been there, that's why I was looking at that from. And so yeah, I thought that was in poor taste. You can't and I told my kids this, you cannot motherfucker sit up there and smile and be happy when you're winning, and then try to act like an ass when you're losing.
Yeah.
You have to go out in the same manner before people to like you.
Yeah. And I, as a viewer, I saw her points as valid, because even watching it sometimes, I was like, are y'all watching the same show that I'm watching? Because this house shouldn't have gotten this point. And, you know, I'm not going to question other people's jobs on the show, but there are some members, plural, of the panel where I don't know if they have the best skill set and knowledge in judging, you know, correctly, people who have done this for years, judging them correctly. So I could see where she was coming from. However, you can't participate, like you said, in these people's show, knowing how it's ran, knowing what the setup is already, but happy when they're celebrating you in this game, but throw a fit when you're losing at it. And then even on a professional standpoint, like, you don't know who's watching. You don't know who's watching this. You don't know who wants to book you, hire you for another job. You don't ever want to come off as difficult to work with, or someone who catches an attitude.
And you was Megan's makeup artist. You painted Megan before. How do you, if I was sitting there as a judge, I would have been given, and they edited this out, Megan this, and she was like, bitch, you did my makeup and stuff before. How you gonna sit up here and try to read me and things? So it's just a whole respect that it's given. And one thing that ballroom people have to realize, people, period. In the industry, this is Hollywood now. You're not in ballroom world. You haven't done shit in order to open your mouth yet.
I agree.
Sometimes you have to shut up, grant, work, get your name, and then circle back around and speak.
And then you can start talking shit.
You have to know when and where to talk. So that's why if you saw me on the show, I always was giving. Even when they was giving bad critique. I understand, thank you. Now let's go back, and hopefully you can see some next week. I didn't go in as a competition. I'm just here. I'm just doing what I need to do. And I'm here for my house more than me. Because I know that this was bigger. And because ballroom doesn't make my money. Ballroom, and it's so crazy that ballroom is making me money now. And so it was extracurricular, and it's a business now. But I was here to elevate this scene, elevate this art form, elevate my house. And most important, build my kids to let them know, because one thing that they kept saying on set, and the director even said this, and I told my kids afterwards because it irritated me to no end. He took us to the side after the second episode, before the Bridgertons, Tinseltown, before we performed that episode. And he said, I did not like the performance. The performance was not good. It's not Balenciaga, what we know y'all are known for. He was like, y'all need to figure it out for this performance tomorrow. And he said, because you don't never know who these artists out here, they'll get you to perform back up and things. I'm like, looking at him like, okay. I walked off with my kids and I said, let me tell you something. This is when I'm getting ready to teach y'all a lesson. Y'all are greater than being somebody's background, B-list, motherfucking do-wop-wop girls. You can be better than somebody's do-wop-wop girls. Y'all are talented that you can be the stars. You could be running the set. Stop allowing these people to tell you and try to paint you in a box that this is only what you're good for. Mother gonna tell you how to be a star and stand in your own walk of life and your own path. And baby, was anybody else telling them that? No. All they're giving, you good enough to take this and you're gonna accept this. And if you don't say we can go get somebody else. Well, bitch, let me tell y'all something as your mother. It's okay to walk away from it. Because what God has for you is for you. What's ordained for you and is worthy of you is going to pay you everything that you deserve.
You better say it, Shannon. So. You better say, and you know what? And to piggyback off what you just said, my friend who I was watching it with, they said that all of your children that dance on the show in real life ballroom in all the categories that they compete in were, if not the best, one of the top people in that group. And you definitely did see that on the show. Your children were really, 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 really good.
Because the show always told every house, when you pick somebody for your team, make sure that they can walk multiple categories. So my kids were able to go out there in transit and walk multiple categories. Mother wasn't, but they were.
Shannon, you did give the girls a little duck walk at the end. I said, Shannon, you better duck. You better duck. Okay. Who's next? We talked about the house of Orishi.
Oh, we didn't talk about the Orishi. I think the Orishi was the dark horse of the show. I always kept saying that. I was like, they're quiet. They never talked to us. They never said anything. You never heard them. They were just quiet the whole entire time. And I kept telling them, I said, this is how the shows work. They're going to let them come in and win. And y'all, but the problem was, and if you can see it, you just saw it build up. Because we said it. And didn't even know that other people was thinking. Amari didn't, but I kept saying I wanted to let my kids shine. Amari kept shining as the head figure because he was so powerful and he was talented. But you didn't allow other people to shine and be talented in your house as well. That were talented in your house. So that was their downfall.
It was their downfall. It was their coup de grace. It did them in. However, he was disgusting.
Yeah.
He was disgusting.
Oh, you want to talk about? Let's talk about that. Because I rarely ever get to talk about it, but I'm gonna get because she wants to scoop and give you scoop. So, and if you go listen to the podcast, since they want to talk about it, let me really talk about it. Let me tell y'all. So, the day of that episode, and I'm going to be real and tell it all because I don't care. The category was given playing the blurring the lines of gender. And the one thing we stress, because I said it was very disrespectful, why the fuck do y'all always want black gay men to always get in drag? Or make them feel that they have to do that? And then y'all bitches sit up here on the show and y'all want to get out of drags. You fucking dragons, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And that's why people can't respect you. And so, and this is me being unfiltered because I'm just gonna keep it real.
I appreciate it.
Is that when teachers went on and performed, they cut this out because I said something, y'all. And I knew they were gonna cut this out because it would have made Jamila, they would have y'all, if y'all would have heard Jamila say this, y'all, the LGBT community would have motherfucking black and counseled her for this. She got on that show and told Simone, I think you look better as a boy than you do a girl. Yes, I said it and I spilled it. I think you look better as a boy than you do a girl. But y'all notice the whole show, the whole season, y'all giving her praise. You look so good. Oh my God, I think I have a crush on you. But then the one time you get out of drags and you was a boy on the show, I think you look better as a boy than a girl. I was sitting back and watched this, y'all, and I specifically stopped. I said, y'all know y'all can't air that right. That was fucked up. I was offended. As a cisgender woman, I was offended by that. So then the teachers come back, and mind you, that performance they did, it was shade towards me. Don't touch me, don't touch me. From when I did the body paint challenge, the body, and I didn't know. I didn't catch it. Nobody knew what the shade was giving, what was going on. So they come back there and Gia throwing shade, talking about, don't touch me. You didn't get, what? What are you talking about? Girl, I'm not in your world. I don't know what you're talking about. That's not what are you going on? So it was a lot of shit that was going on that nobody knew over top of my head. And so Simone sat down next. No, it was Gia and then Simone, or one of my kids or somebody, then Simone. And I said, can I ask you a question? As a cisgender woman, do you think it was I want to know how you felt what Jamila just said to you. And she goes, if you go listen to the podcast, y'all, she said it. She said, I think that as a transgender woman, we can be masculine or feminine or whatever the case may be. In my head, y'all, on the show, because I'm never going to be confrontational with people because cameras are rolling. You got to be very careful and very smart. Don't give them nothing that they can't use against you later.
Right.
I'm listening to her talk this stupid ass shit. Be giving, okay. And this is the reason why that, your excuse right there is the reason why women will never see you trans women as women. Because women don't get the right to get out of drags, to become a man, masculinity and all that. Women don't get the right to do that. So you can't sit up there and pick the side of the fence when you want to. It's disrespectful to women. You have to be very careful. If you want somebody to be your ally, you can't motherfucking play the fences when you want to. So she said her spiel. I respect whatever you choose to want to do for yourself. I'm gonna let you do it. You can do it to the best of your ability. It's not my business. Because what you eat don't make me shit, and I don't care. That's how I am, period. But I want people to understand also how you're seeing and what you're thinking and all this foolery that y'all trying to fool yourselves with out here. That's not the real world. So stop trying to sit up here and try to blur lines and stuff when it's given. Ain't nobody stupid. Nobody's going for this. So she goes back out, and I'm sitting there, and I'm trying to educate you how what you just did, you just fucked yourself up. So we didn't push y'all to the bottom, and now you got to go out there and battle. See, if you would have had the knowledge of a woman, you would have went and transformed and changed into a girl. Because women have more accoutrements and more power being feminine than any male will be. Especially when it comes to competition and stuff. So
I agree.
She got on that stage and she was in her head. She was already pissed. And if you notice, several people throughout the season did that. That's why a lot of them didn't get the results that they got because they wasn't. And so Amari sitting up there in drags, and you're in drags, out of drags, and he ate you the fuck alive. But if you would have looked like a girl had some accoutrements and things, you actually would have had a chance, but you didn't. So a lot of that anger that she spilled out on everybody else was directed at herself and misdirected. Should have been directed at herself, because that's where it was coming at. And that's what adults, real people that watching, when you know all them facts, you understand where it's coming from. Because why would you need to throw anybody else under the bus for your lack of performance? Talk about you and your performance only, and nobody else.
Y'all okay out there that's watching? Y'all okay over there? Oh, y'all all right? What y'all drinking on? What y'all doing? Are y'all enjoying this expose with Mother Shannon? I didn't know I needed this on this Saturday morning. I did not know. I literally was just in here doing laundry, washing clothes, you know, washing my face. Because I'm trying to walk face. I'm trying to let the girls know. And I saw Mother Shannon on here, and I love giving Shannon love because I think she's so beautiful and talented. I love her spirit, but I didn't know Mother Shannon was hey. Merry Christmas in the middle of fall, summer, whatever the fuck we in. All right. What about anything you want to add to the Garcons?
Yes. The Garcons, because me and Sasha, we walk face, so I knew that the Garcons was gonna come out. They're part of the Holy Trinity, the family. The Garcons was a really great team, and I love that they didn't have bogers, that they brought something different. And it's so crazy because naturally, just people would think, well, if you didn't know anything, me and Sasha would be the stars of the teams and stuff. But for me, for my opinion, for Garcon, I think Milan was the star of the team. Tonka was the star of the team. I was thoroughly surprised, and it was all them babies. They were so talented in their own way. Savion, he did a speech, y'all, that was amazing when they got their day that they left, and I wish they would have put in, because it was a beautiful speech, and they need to put it out there and let the world hear it. Egypt, all of them, they were amazing. And see, and that's why I'm like, I can only be me. I want to look for positivity and to speak the truth of each individual people, and it's not negative. I still, at the end of the day, I don't have nothing negative against none of them. Nobody. I want to see them win. Do you know how all of them win? But this is Mother, because Mother knows this. The only way that we all can win is we all stick together and go against them. Not battle each other.
Correctly. That is correct. I don't know if me and Milan follow each other on social media now, but I know we used to follow each other some time ago. And so when I saw, what are their pronouns?
She, her, I think.
She, her. When I saw her on the show, I was like, oh my God, that's my little Instagram friend, Milan. Bitch, when I saw Milan come out, and I believe it was Face, Milan walked, I said, oh.
In the Tesla town, when she came out there was the understudy.
Oh
my God. I even read them and told them I think they did the Garcons dirty on that performance, because why did the cameras sit up there and catch Sasha take her wig off and try to put it in the thing? Why would you give the audience that? You're supposed to turn back around and have the hairstyle change. I'm like, y'all know this. Y'all have claiming y'all just did the inauguration. You just did the Super Bowl. You just did the Grammys and the Oscars and all this, but y'all know these are surprises that the audience don't need to see.
You talking about the production company?
Yes.
Oh, Shannon, girl, you was going for it. So I want to ask you a couple of questions about the Garcons. My first question is, do you feel like when the judges gave them the critique about using Tonka, do you think towards their latter run, did they overuse Tonka?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I didn't, because we all have to be used at some point in time to figure out this thing. But I, as we went to the end, to the body category, body and twerk, that I didn't even get under. I love the fact that they listened to me, that they put Tonka out there, and I was so proud of him. I told him backstage, I'm so proud of you, that you going out there and you owning it. Go out there and have a goodness of, don't forget about winning or anything. Go out there and really enjoy it. That's how you're going to win. And he went out there and had a good time. And that's where I built that foundation from the start. Because I'm like, they was trying to build you up. People can see when you're insecure. And they will try to pour into, they was trying to pour into you. Because you are here for a reason. So, what she need? Oh, come on. Come on. You come right.
Yeah, Shannon, yes.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I like Tonka. Did Tonka walk twerk or did he do body?
He did the twerk.
He did the twerk. I kind of wanted to see Tonka do body.
That would have been cute too. And I thought Sasha was gonna come out there and twerk. I do think that at times Sasha didn't strategize well.
Oh, I can see that.
They didn't strategize well. And I said this, let me say this too, and in the reference where people talk about the teachies and things, and I always will go back and say this. People always want to say something about Tonka, but yet you had Simone and you had Gia on the team. Why didn't y'all, well, they couldn't have walked face because they was gone by that time. They did walk, but they had a chance to walk sex harbor. Why would you send the boy out there when you had 2 female figures on your team to walk?
True.
So you can't be mad and talk about what, and you couldn't get out there and do it yourself.
Where are you in the House of Tichi on nowadays?
Oh no, me and the House of Tichi, the House of Balenciaga and Tichis are old school, long time friends. We are very cool.
Okay.
Those are individuals. Those are not leaders in the House of Tichis. and I'm cool. But those were new babies and stuff. So it is what it is.
I also want to know. I love Sasha. Shout out to Sasha. I don't know if she'll ever see this. Sasha, I love you on the show. Again, you know, I'm a newcomer to Ballroom, so you know, I'm trying to catch up and do my little research and stuff like that. When another favorite moment of mine is when Sasha came out walking body, and she came out in the thing and she sat it down, and it was, but to me, I'm all about the little things. It wasn't even the fact that she walked out of it. It was the way she walked out of it. It was like this little run, quick skip thing she did, and I love that.
Pageant skills.
I want to know because when the house got eliminated, she was talking and she was talking to you and she was like, you know, Shannon, I don't know, you know, what's going on. What was all of that about? Was you and Sasha having moments in the back? What was it giving?
No. So Sasha, and that was another misconception.
Okay.
Me and Sasha, we have known each other for years, but when we got very good, close mutual friends, but we're not really close friends. So if she would have known that and known me like that, she would pull me to the side and speak to me. She felt like I wasn't speaking to her. Girl, we in the down the bottom. I didn't have no problems with you or anything. That nothing on my part. And a lot of times, and I even I had a phone call with Simone once or twice since the show, whatever. And I explained to them, and everybody understand them. Y'all thought I was being shady or things to y'all, and it never was. How can I have a problem with y'all when y'all can't cut a check for me? That's how I live life. You can't put no money in my pocket. Bitch, you don't mean nothing. And so I was battling the hires, the powers, the bees. And y'all don't understand. I'm not only battling for me and my house and my kids, I'm battling for you guys too. But it's not for me to tell y'all this. It's not for me to go around and try to get praises for that. That's not what I'm doing that for. And so I know that of the whole cast, I'm the most powerful person. They knew this. And they knew this because of my story. Y'all don't have the same story. You don't have the life. And in fact, I actually spilled my whole life to them. Y'all
very transparent.
Y'all don't even know this much about what I've gone through. But they do. And they know how many rooms and the powerful people and the things and the things and the things and the things. So
the things.
Them people is given, they knew what to do and not to do. And they also know that Shannon don't care. The most powerful person in the room, in the world, is a person that don't care.
Give a fuck.
I speak my truth. I don't go out there unless you try to hurt anybody. But what I'm not going to let you do is to try to motherfucking think that I'm going to sit down and roll up like a hit dog for anything.
Okay. So was it that Sasha felt like y'all should have been more chummy throughout the whole experience?
No, it was just that last week.
It was just that 1 week. Okay, gotcha.
Right. And so I was like, no, it was never that. So after we spoke, I even talked to her afterwards, and then we spoke after, and she was like, yeah, it was just a big misunderstanding.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, the last on.
But let me say this: it was shady as fuck for the producers to put that on the show, because there was no context.
It was no context
for you to understand it. So why would you put that in there?
Yeah, I agree. There was no context. And for me watching, I'm like, oh shit, they've been arguing this whole time. What y'all been giving backstage? But we need to untuck the legendary.
If you on my page and you seeing me and Sasha taking pictures, we talking and all this. So where was that breakdown at?
Okay. Last but not least, for the contestants, we have the house of Miyake Mugler.
My baby's house. So let me tell y'all something. It's no motherfucking shade. They might be the mother house and they're part of the Holy Trinity. But if my son wasn't on that show, on that team, y'all know good where they would.
Shannon! Shannon! Oh my God! Shannon! Shannon, you was making up the block, girl.
It's the truth, but come on now, with you.
Shannon, I'm just a consumer of the things.
To my heart on their team.
Shannon, I'm just a consumer. I'm just watching it. I don't know shit about none of this.
They're an amazing team. When I say they were, to be honest, they were the best dancing performance team of the whole show. For ballroom performance. Tichi was the best professional trained dancers of the show. The house of Balenciaga was the overall best of everything of the show. That all of them bitches.
Shannon, wake it up, girl. Wake it up.
The Garcons they were the house that actually can come in there and just breathe life into it.
I agree, yeah.
And so the Muglers, they did an amazing job. I think that the Muglers, and this is behind the scenes and stuff, several of them had nasty attitudes when they wasn't getting their way. That they were just typical what people do. They want to try to throw other people under the bus when they wasn't getting their way and things, and just sit up there trying to strategize and plot and plan. I do think that it was what it was. And you can't change anything. Things that happen, I will. Got some more tea later. If I don't get my way, I will spill some more tea.
Listen, everybody that's watching right now, before we go on to the other parts, I do have more questions. Shannon, do you have time?
I do.
Guys, please buy some badges. Support the Countess. Support the Countess. She's given us all the things this morning. She is working very hard. I'm over here working hard in my mouth. I'm getting dry. I'm going to get me a drink in a couple seconds. But send the Countess some badges. It's $99, $199, $399. Let's run it up here in the lot. All right. So I want to know, going based off the final performance, do you...
Hold on. Let me say that. I said I did so. They did so good. I knew they was going to win from the first show. What you mean? The Muglers? The Muglers? Let me say this, because I always have to. Did she say yes? I am a cisgender woman. I have to say this about the Muglers. The Muglers, they can perform their butts off, but just because you can perform your butt off, don't mean that you can entertain and that it's entertaining. Them first couple performances were not entertaining.
Shannon, we need to put you on the judges panel.
They did. It was not entertaining. It's an entertainment stuff, y'all. It was not entertaining. You can dance, but it was not entertaining. They looked good. They was not entertaining. Their first entertainment performance was when they did the Victorian Ball. And I did like because I love a little cartoon character. I did like the Rainbow Bright thing, but it wasn't entertaining. It kept dipping and things. And it ended bad. And so in the musicality and stuff, you got to look at all those things. But then the Mugler start, like a lot of people start doing in Ballroom, they start seeing what other people doing, and then they start copying.
Copying who you think?
Huh?
Copying who you think?
I think a lot of teams started looking at other teams that were winning and doing things and start copying their formats.
Like who?
Mama, what's your Cash App and Venmo? Ooh, my Cash App is Countess4. It's $, Countess4. And several teams was doing that. You see how the Balenciagas, we were doing voiceovers. We had, it's no shade, we had the best music of all the houses. We had the best voiceovers of all the houses. Not one time, but multiple.
Let them know, Shannon. Let them know. So, okay, Shannon, let me ask you this. Based off the last performance, the final performance, do you believe that y'all
we got 1 point under them? No. We should have won. I really, when I say I saw that performance there and then I saw the performance on TV, the performance there was a little bit better than they actually edited on TV. But I do, and this is a part where a lot of people don't understand too. They played with us the whole time. We asked for certain things, and then certain other houses got stuff. We asked for other things.
Like what? Tell us, Shannon. I want to know.
Like the firework. We wanted to come down from the ceiling. No, you can't come from the ceiling. Then we see Tati come down on the ski thing. We asked for motherfucking fire stuff. Then at the end, you see the movie. We not mad at that. That's all. Because sometimes we learned that it's best people in the future, if you're going to season 3, don't get no props. Every time, because them props cost thousands of dollars. Every time they got them props, every house went home. Leave them props alone. I done told you, secret.
Yes.
So, let your
I will say, watching it, because the performance to me, I was like, okay, they're both good. You know, they're like, to me, again, I ain't nobody with, you know, hey, you just
want me to dip at the end.
Yeah, I'm just here for the shits and the gags and to be looking like, hey. But I will say, I do feel like the individual categories were kind of scored a little biased. And I love her. Laomi, don't read me, don't hate me. I do feel like because Laomi was so moved by their performance when it came to the individual category, she scored them. Like, I can't remember exactly which category it was, but it was one of them. I felt like it should have gone to y'all and not, okay, well, correct.
Can I say this? This is why I said people always got to realize that was a pure example why you can't have ballroom people on the show unless they don't have affiliations with the talent, because your affiliation, your basically affiliation with the person going to make you pick them before you pick someone else, because you don't want to see them win. And no matter how good or how bad they are, you still don't do that. And that's nothing against Naomi or anybody, but that's just how ballroom really works. As a judge, I've been in those positions where if I know somebody over the other person, I'm gonna vote for the person that I know, especially if they both are good. So it's just
who she knew.
Oh, Tati is her granddaughter. My child is real good, is chummy chum with Laomi. Prince was on Vogue Evolution with Laomi, with the group. They was in a group together. That's 3. Toro worked on the first season and they know each other and they did things together. 4.
Beyonce's number.
My birthday. 4. The best.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but that's not. But see, this is the thing. But I don't begrudge that. Because this is how the real world works. If I was in that position, I know how it is. That's just life.
Respect.
And that's how I told my kids from the last 2 episodes. I said, I'll tell y'all how production works because I've worked in it. This is how it's setting up. This is how it's setting things up to be. You gotta know this. When you know this, you go in it with the plan. You look all around. You can't change anything. Because I said this, and everybody always want to say, well, Shannon, you didn't do anything, and other people, bitch, all these other same all these other parents of these groups did the exact same shit that I did on that stage. No more and no less. If you go back and really break down to these episodes, I've been on the floor 1 time. They all been on the floor 1 time. But otherwise, they've been doing all this. I don't vogue. I don't do all that shit. And I'm never going to do that shit. So, bitch, I'm not going up there and acting all that. That's not me. I'm going to give you what I give. I'm going to give you grace. I'm going to give you something that them bitches can't give.
Shannon, I love you. I love you, Shannon. Okay, I want to ask you about the judges.
What I think about the judges? Okay, I don't have no problem with none of the judges.
Oh, no, I'm going to go one by one.
Okay.
Here we go. The first one is Jamila. You already spilled some tea about what she said. What are your other thoughts on Jamila?
I don't have no problem with Jamila. Jamila looked fab. The whole all them judges look sickening. I was giving bitch. I even told them on the stage, I was like, why we can't have the same budget that y'all got? Y'all sitting up here looking good and I'm looking cheap. I was bitch, y'all gotta start giving the mother some coins over here, make her look nice. But like I said, I understood what they was probably trying to do. They was trying to make me look a little bit relatable to the because it didn't make sense though. But look at me in my regular clothes and look at me on the performance stage. It was like, the fuck? But yeah, Jamila she was okay.
Okay. The next person is Law Roach.
I love Law. Oh my God. And I ended up watching the first season. I understood. I think he found his footing this season. And he was hilarious as fuck. He had so many of the most one-liners that was amazing. Those Delta pants. He was hilarious. Let
me tell you something. When Law came out with that finger wave.
With the money.
I said, oh, I need to do that. I need to do that one day. I love Law Roach
so much. Marcel Price.
Yeah, yes! I found out about Law on America's Next Top Model. Loved him on there. Then I saw him on Legendary. I still loved him. I was like, Law, you coming on a little strong on these people thing. But season 2, he was so likable. He looked amazing. I love me some Law Roach. I think he's great. I hope they never let him go. I really love him some
And I tell people they can't change the judges. If you change the judges, it's so detrimental to the show. It's going to end up getting canceled because people have you got to know them now. You can't bring somebody in. That the only person I can see that can be removed is Jamila, but you have to bring somebody in there that's just strong. Yeah.
What do you think about Naomi? The icon, the legend.
Naomi is Naomi. Naomi was the real person that could speak to Ballroom on the show. And it was great.
I love Naomi. Naomi looked so beautiful this season. Yeah. And I really felt like she was trying to hold everybody to a high standard. Like, I felt like she was the most, like, she was like, okay, no, y'all, this was bad. This was not good. And I felt like in the moments where people were doing great things, she made sure to acknowledge it. And yeah, I really love Naomi. What about Megan Thee Stallion? Hands on the knees, shake her ass on my thought.
Megan is my daughter. That's my little daughter, Megan Balenciaga. Stop calling her Megan Thee Stallion. Call her Megan Balenciaga. But she was great. She was cool.
Deshaun Wesley, the MC.
Deshaun was trying to steal my motherfucking outfits the whole season. It was so crazy that we was wearing some of the same stuff all the time. I was giving Deshaun, you can't wear that because I'm wearing that tomorrow. He would change it up. And then I would get him, I was like, sweetie, you got to put them nipples away. If I can't go on the stage with my nipples out, you're not allowed to go out there with your nipples out either. And every time you or any cast member, any of y'all men out here on the stage with y'all nipples out, I'm going to come out here as a woman and have my nipples out too. Because equal rights for all.
Let him know, Shannon. Let him know. I think Deshaun is, I was like, and you know, I don't know, maybe it was his styling, but this season watch, I was like, Deshaun is so handsome. That's a handsome man. That man is beautiful.
Always a good smile.
Yes. How tall is he?
How tall is he?
How tall is Deshaun?
I'm 5'6", so if I had 5-inch heels or 6-inch heels on and we neck and neck, so yeah.
So he about 6 feet.
Like 5'11".
5'11", okay. Okay, Shannon, tell me, what do you think about the production company? Because you've been saying a lot during this chat about you fighting the powers and the bees and the flies and the things. No, let's talk about, what was it giving, Shannon?
So we're in Hollywood and we're supposed to be living under this rule of equality and we live under this rule of thumb that we're trying to make it a conducive home to everybody. I just hate to see that Hollywood is still whitewashed. And if the cast is 99% of African Americans, why is the production company and the people that are working 98% Caucasian?
Oh, Shannon, listen. Girl, you know I was on T.S. Madison show this year. Girl, our production and I say all this with love. World of Wonder ain't did shit to me. I love World of Wonder. WeTV ain't done shit to me. I love WeTV. WeTV, I felt like WeTV outside of Madison really like included me in a lot of stuff and a lot of meetings, stuff like that. Love them, love them down, love them down, love them down. But I was like, we are black punks from Miami. We black trans and black butch queens and black all these things from Miami, talking about black stuff. Our production company was white. Our network people was white. Everybody who was running our show was white. And while I thanked them, I was like, I want to see more representation. Like, I want to see people that look like me controlling my content.
When it comes down to styling, hair and makeup, and most importantly, the editing, y'all miss so many great parts that make your show will be the bomb. If you had black people.
Yes!
Because you miss the nuances that you don't
understand. Oh, TS would kiss you right now. Yes, we said, like, you gotta have somebody like us in that room running it because they gonna know the joke we saying. They gonna know these little things that we saying. And no shade to nobody. If you're not a part of the culture, if you don't know the lingo, you just gonna think we just talking. You gonna edit past that and be like, oh, I think. Yes, I totally agree.
I was saying that, and I was speaking up to say this the whole time. That it's given. You have to, and it's. Most importantly, you have to bring people from Ballroom or whoever culture that is in at that table when you're doing editing because you're missing moments. It's a whole lot of stuff that was missing that could have been in there and can make the show better. Because I said this and I'll say it a million times. Season 1 and Season 2 was boring as fuck.
Oh, Shannon.
I lived proof. It was boring.
Shannon.
And it was boring because they made it boring. But we filmed 10 weeks of filming, and we filmed 4 to 5 days a week, and that's all the bullshit that y'all saw.
Shannon, y'all filmed 10 weeks?
10 weeks.
Where did y'all film out of? LA?
LA. Burbank.
God damn. You know what? Here, if anyone from HBO Legendary is watching, as a fan of the show, what I would really love to see, because y'all have a lot of footage. Y'all like to take content and stretch it out and make as much money as possible. Y'all need to take all of that behind the scenes talk, like how Drag Race has Untucked, and that's a whole nother show, a whole nother coin, using the same money, budget cameras, so you ain't got to spend it up. You ain't got to, only thing you spending money is to edit it. Y'all need to take all that footage and give us another supplementary show content so we can see.
Or put it on, because put it on YouTube, put it on somewhere else. Put it on a platform that people can get it for free. That's one thing I don't like about all of this stuff is that when you have to do the streaming of things, it's a whole nother budget that somebody has to pay. And I'm giving. Stop trying to gouge the people. Well, especially if you have some of these new shows and y'all trying to get people to get subscribers to these things. Nobody's subscribing to that platform when they've seen all this dumbass shit before. I don't want to go watch reruns again when I can just go buy it. I don't like only paying for something because that's what y'all don't understand. Listen, I'm going to talk money to y'all.
Talk money, Shannon. Talk money.
The most irritating thing that I see that the world do is that y'all don't went to these streaming platforms to buy your music, get your videos, or whatever the case may be, and it's given you don't own it. I am a believer in ownership. I want to own it. If I have to pay $20 for it, I own it forever.
I'm the same way.
I don't want to pay $14 to motherfucking rent it and you done paid for it 10 times over. And then when you cancel your service or the project is over with, you're gone. But let's just say if Spotify, as an example, if they close that company there tomorrow, if I bought the album, I own it. Even
correct.
If the company's gone. So you gotta just be smart about it. Stop giving these people all this money for no reason when they ain't giving it to you.
Did they treat y'all well?
The next question.
So
why did they let y'all use Ballroom music? Because you can't use music that you don't own. And unfortunately, the production company and HBO was not paying the people to lease that stuff. So that's what people have to get on to them about.
That was another thing too. I hopefully they can do, because I do know about people like B Ames, Pendavis. All I think that would be dope to bring all those people who've been making that type of music over to like this to kind of, you know what I'm saying, like create.
Try to keep the budget down. So you know by dealing with the show before how things work. These people who are higher powers, they want to try to keep as much money for themselves. And if they keep the budget down low, they split that money. Their investors get their money back, and they get bonus and stuff if they can keep stuff under wraps. And a lot of these shows with reality and things of the nature, y'all, they're not SAG affiliation. So they don't have to go, they're not governed by certain rules. So if the only people that are SAG are the producers, the camera people, and all that. So they be the ones you got to sit around and wait on them, because they got to be guaranteed their. I get that. I understand that. And Hollywood is about a weight game.
Oh yeah, hurry up and wait.
All day long as it makes sense.
Hurry up and wait.
Yes.
Hurry up and wait. So, who do you think had the best performance the entire season?
What performance I love?
Give me. Okay.
I'm gonna get
Shannon. Give me your top 5, because I ain't gonna let you do it.
I'm gonna give you my top 5. I'm gonna give you my favorite performances from all houses throughout the whole season.
Okay.
That's what I like, because I'm always gonna be motherfucking real. I live for, and I'm gonna start with my house and my house first. I live for our Grand March. I live for our Barbie moment. I live for our Tinseltown performance, and I live for our grand finale performance.
Yes.
I would have lived for, if y'all would have seen it and it would have shown right, our all house challenge, but they didn't show it right, so you couldn't get into it. The Muglers. Hello. I live for the Muglers' Victorian performance.
Hello.
Parts of their Rainbow Bright performance. I even love their performance where they had the zoot suits on. Harlem Nights. They looked.
Oh, that was cute.
I think that Tati was they should have amped up Tati's look and changed something around. But the boys were sickening completely. And I love that performance. It just wasn't entertaining. It was technical. It just wasn't entertaining.
Gotcha.
I love the and their final performance. I did not that for me as ballroom, as glamour, as see, this is the word we like, glamour. There was nothing glamorous and futuristic in 5,000 years about that look. It wasn't. Ballroom people not gonna be purple 5,000 years from now. Ballroom people are beautiful. We create the look. We are the trendsetters. We make the entertainment work. So what was entertaining to inspire somebody about that look? Okay, then moving forward. And that's not.
I thought we were talking about the best performances, Shannon. Jeez.
We are, but
Shannon, you be ready.
I love the Garcon's Tinseltown performance. Sickening. I even love their final performance they did. The bird Sasha looked amazing when the birds and all that. Savion was.
Oh yes.
Sickening. Even when they did the Toy Story where Tonka, they did the Transformers.
Oh yes, that was cute.
I think what they should have done, just like us, is that they should have went in there and re-edited it, and it would have been a smashing performance, because the way they started, the way they ended it, and that those moments of breaking down was everything. The Chi-Chis, I love the second performance, the Tinseltown performance. I just don't think that those looks were Hollywood glam Tinseltown, but the performance was sickening.
I love their 7 Deadly Sins performance.
The 7 Deadly Sins, but she was on. It was lackluster.
Oh, Shannon, girl, you don't play with the girls. And you know another one I like.
You want to know why it was lackluster? Because you saw the hiccups in the moment.
Got you.
That's why it wasn't. If you look at that great performance, that wasn't a great performance. And you got to be very honest. That motherfucking army shit, that Moneyball.
That was cute. I also like their
that best performance.
Warhol performance.
Look, let me give you some tea. And then the Mugler stole that performance for the finale. Yes, I told them, and I said it here.
How they stole it, Shannon?
They copied. They did the whole list and all that, but nobody want to say nothing about it. Is it? Am I lying?
Shit, I don't remember.
Okay, remember the army? They did the snake. They did the snake. They took the leg and did the snake. Then the Muglers want to do that final performance. They want to do the snake.
Shannon, you know what you should do?
What?
You know what you should do? I think when the next season come out, I want to see Shannon review the same way that Bob the Drag Queen and Monet Exchange reviewed Drag Race.
I don't do that because I don't got time. If I ain't getting paid, I don't got time to be.
Put it on YouTube and the people will watch it. Shannon, I'm gonna watch you talk trash because I love all this.
Because I'm giving, because I don't want to do that. Because people did that to me this season, and I told the people, y'all already know me. I don't have a problem with you talking about my performance or whatever the case it be. But when you start going to a level that I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna come for you. And when my mouth start reading you, you definitely ain't gonna like me. So leave me out of the equation.
You haven't read yet, Shannon?
No. I read some people behind the scenes and pulled up on some people, but baby, I haven't read yet.
You haven't read yet.
No.
Shannon, unattached to the show, I think your gay mother, Raquel, is so gorgeous.
I don't have a gay mother.
I mean,
that's a big misconception.
Okay, correct me. So what is it?
Raquel is the overall founding mother of the house.
Got you.
And so she is the mother of how she gave me the title.
I love Raquel.
But yes, that's the performance day. I even told the people, I said, if the people didn't want to see Raquel would have did the show, baby, she would have motherfucking murdered them. But you want me to tell y'all something real honest though? We would have still wouldn't have won. Still wouldn't have won. And the reason why is that stuff is already set up and ordained against you. They just use you. They just need you for a reason and a purpose. Yeah. But also too, the stuff that this is where we all are great and positive in certain ways. Raquel's a great performer, but she's not a great person like I am and know how to handle and muster through the bullshit. Mm-hmm. I can go through it and motherfucking say she ain't gonna she be I'm over it. She'll walk away. Where I'm giving, and this is also to my heart, where I'm giving, I swallow my pride because I know there's other people and there's a bigger picture. Mm-hmm. Where Raquel not gonna swallow her pride, she's giving them out deuce.
I want to ask you about something that I forgot about. You just said something that triggered me. I want to ask you about that moment on stage where the judges were talking to your child. I can't remember his name. I'm that horrible with names, but he's a short one.
Honey
Balenciaga. And pronouns are
she, her.
She, her. Sorry, she, her. And they were telling Honey that Honey wasn't humble and all of that. And Honey went to talk again, to take the mic from me, and you told Honey, let's talk about that, because that's when I also went up for you again. I said, yes, Shannon, yes, keep it contained.
And then so when we got behind the stage, and I said, y'all, I've not talked to y'all about this. They not gonna like you. You got to know how. So I brought my kids to my room and we will talk, we will discuss and things to that nature. I let them freely express themselves or however they want, because this is not, I can't, to be a good leader, you have to listen to other people.
Yes.
I think people fail to realize. And you have to know I'm a great person because I don't have no type of bone to pick in this whole thing. So I can look and see and decipher where the bullshit is coming from, with somebody trying to feed me some wrong. And I can make the best decision for the whole group that everybody can live with. And so that Honey situation, I knew instantly because I know Honey, I'm hungry, but Law doesn't know Honey. So I know where Honey was coming from. But I also told Honey then, I said, see, this is how, you can't say what you want to say every time in every situation. People are not going to understand. You got a quick little bite and you see how it went downhill. And the world didn't see this. Just as easily as people was like, Law shouldn't have been doing that. What Law said was a fact. Because before I even got off the stage, the wardrobe, Johnny Man was texting me going off about what Honey said. They were offended. And Law was speaking truth to that. Mm-hmm. And so you have to be very cognizant about that. But when you're young, and that's what the world loves, and we love, and Honey is so fearless because Honey is younger than y'all. Honey ain't even legal.
I was just about to say, how old is Honey?
Honey ain't even 21. That child ain't legal, nowhere near it.
The baby's learning.
So you have to, we all been there. It's a trial and error thing. And that's me being a mother is also teaching Honey these things. Honey has never been around somebody of a presence like me. Has never been around. I've showed these kids how to go into things now that they're prepared in the future. How to be prepared for stuff. I even noticed how I had to be very careful with myself at the end because I saw them watching me, how I was maneuvering behind the scenes of the people, and then they will try to do what I do, and I had to quickly snap them and give it. You can't do what I do. That works for me, but I'm going to show you how you can maneuver for yourself, but don't try to do it like me.
Yes, Shannon. Yes. That's really good. That's really good stuff because a lot of times, and I'm speaking about Honey. Honey is talented. Everybody knows Honey's like one of the youngest people on the show. Honey is so talented. Honey's all this, and when you're talented like that, you have to work almost extra hard to prove that to show people that you're humble, that you're that you're not puffed up and all of that. And the smallest thing, the smallest comment that you think is funny, you just you carefully, yeah.
Because when we're that young, you can't get to the top without thinking you're the shit. This is the business that we're in. You have to be like, I'm the best in order to go out there and serve and slay on the runway. That's just a part about it. What it is. Look at Naomi Campbell. She go out there and she slurs and she serves that runway and she struts. She is the baddest motherfucking bitch. But people didn't think she was humble for a long time in her career. But reality of it is she's just like a lot of people. You can put on this persona, but you can also be sensitive and stuff. You can be sensitive and strong and all those things in the same sentence. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Now, I have to thank you, Aloe Child _ because I actually did forget about this. Girl, I want to know what was cut out, because I know a lot of stuff had to be cut out when Tiffany Haddish was there. I know a lot of stuff got cut out because that situation happened, and for the rest of the show, Miss Tiffany Haddish was like,
I'm over it. She was over it. And I would have been too. It was given, okay, this y'all show, y'all got me here. Well, Tiffany, let me start off by saying I love Tiffany from day one. And I still don't have no problem with Tiffany. I will always say Tiffany still owes the ballroom community an apology because you came into our house. You got drunk.
She was drunk?
She was drunk. You saw it on TV. She was drunk.
Oh, Shannon, you was telling all these people business.
She was drunk, and it was very disrespectful. And so, however she choose or pick a judge or child, I'm not here to do that. She's the judge. I'm never going to come for or my opinion about that because that's her job. That's what she was doing. But she got to understand, too, is that don't sit up here. First of all, let me say this with you, Alanya. Sweetie, you were not in the ballroom scene in the 90s doing all this. Sweetie, you was not. You was not a part of no ballroom scene, sweetie. And I have VHS tapes going back and stuff. Bitch, you ain't never been to no fucking ball. You don't know nothing about no ball. Girl, stop. You're lying. That's the first and foremost.
Shannon, you don't give a damn.
And bitch, and then on top of that, how you gonna talk about you been to the ball and stuff? Bitch, you was homeless. This is your motherfucking story and stuff. Bitch, homeless. Ballroom don't go 2 and 2, bitch, because you would have been living and staying on somebody's couch in somebody's mama's house, being a part of somebody's house, and you would have been a house child.
She said she was there. Mama was there.
She was there in her mind, looking on some YouTube clips. So she that's the second part. So the third part with Tiffany is that I want to, in her defense, she did, even though she did chop the Balenciagas and all that crap was going on, at the end with the battle and stuff, she did get to say, and that they chopped it out. She did say when Savion and Honey battled, people didn't understand that stage was slippery. It was oil on it. So they didn't get to battle the way they could have. And they should have cleaned that stage. I told them afterwards, I said, let me tell you something as a mother, because don't think I'm not too, just because I'm a queen, don't think I won't get on my hands and knees and wash no stage to make sure that my kids are safe and protected. The same way as I kicked that shoe off that stage, I'm going to make sure that y'all are right. And that goes for all of the houses. So that's just the type of person that I am. Because if anybody ever had the pleasure of coming to my house, you know, I'm going to serve you from the time you come in to the time that you leave.
Yeah, Shannon.
You're not going to do nothing. What you want, baby, I got you.
Whatever you want.
That's why.
Shannon, I like you.
So she said, but they chopped it out, that Honey had the passion. She gave Honey her glowing reviews and stuff. But when Naomi was talking to Honey and Tiffany wanted to try to talk in, law was given. That's not for you, Tiffany. Leave it alone. I understand that, and that is true. Stay out of it. She talking to Honey. Learn your place. That's all.
Yeah, definitely so Tiffany, be quiet.
Yeah, I didn't and still that's just not the whole problem of the thing. It was child, just like I smile at everything else. It's given, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. What else was chopped out, Shannon? Because the judges was up there twirling and girling.
Oh, they was reading. When I say they had to stop the ball for like 40 minutes, y'all. They was up there reading and stuff at each other, going off. And that's another thing that pissed me off. I told them, because in real ballroom, it happens to me all the time, walking face. And I tell them that it's the most disrespectful thing to do. Do not stop the ball because you stop the momentum. You miss moments that can happen. Sit your ass down and take your drama somewhere else. When we spent and prepared, and we've been waiting longer than y'all have all day long. Let's get this shit moving.
Like Naomi said, it's already been judged. Let's keep it going.
Let's move on. And that was my whole big thing. Was like, and I was back there screaming at the whole time, giving y'all shut the fuck up and let's go. These kids, motherfucking man, bitch, we ready to go.
Shannon, what else was cut out from the show that we didn't get to see?
We're going to have to wait that to another time.
Who are you looking at? Who over there?
I don't believe in burning bridges.
Shannon, what's next for you, Shannon? What you got going on?
Baby, I'm at this fat farm trying to get skinny.
You where?
At this fat farm.
What is a fat farm?
A place where you can make yourself skinny.
Am I missing out on something? Is something going over my head?
Mm. So, I'm just doing me. Let me tell you something. What God got in store for me, y'all gonna see. And let me express this, because this is something that I've heard through the grapevine. I want everybody to know about Shannon. Shannon is good. Shannon will always be good. I've gotten everything that I'm gonna get.
Oh, I see. Oh, Shannon, I want to see a little piece. Stand up, let me see.
See a little piece what?
I see it now. It makes it. Oh, I want to see, Shannon. Let me see.
See what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Shannon, let me see the things now, because I see it now. Shannon, let me see.
See what?
Oh, Shannon.
You have to wait till it's sitting near you.
What'd you say?
You have to wait till it's sitting near you.
Oh, child. Shannon. So, like, Shannon, are you like hosting? Like, are you gonna perform? Remember when I met you, I said I wanna get into.
You wanna see me walk a ball? So I
just want to get into the culture because I like it. I can't do it. We have
a special announcement next week. Stay tuned. Everybody's gonna love. I have some gigs that's coming up in 2022. I have a gig coming up in real soon. So everybody will know. Everybody will see. She's doing it the right way. Unfortunately, let me tell you how the business aspect works. These kids don't understand. I be trying to teach them.
Teach them, Shannon.
So let me run down how these girls they are watered down, and they just their brand. And all of them, even my kids included, I try to tell them, but they don't want to listen. Why are y'all out here giving $20, $25 classes per person to Vogue? Your talent and your skill, your knowledge is worth more than that. Because what you're doing is you teach them for that cheap amount. And they go and teach somebody else for more. And they go get the jobs away from y'all. Ralph Lauren and Dolce & Gabbana has ads right now with people voguing. And none of y'all bitches from the United States are in it. I said it, bitches. That's culture misappropriation.
Say it one more time, Shannon. Who are they?
Culture misappropriation.
No, it was a B one I like.
So y'all sit up here and y'all sell yourselves short for nothing. And when the whole status of well, they leave. See, sweetie, ballroom is not my claim to fame. Ballroom is not what I motherfucking need to be famous for, and what they need to become calling me. They need to become calling me for beauty, glam, fashion, and motherfucking wriggleness. I need a long-time longevity career of Shannon, not ballroom. Because they can only use you for dancing. I can be taught how to dance. With the right machine and the right money, I can be better than all y'all bitches. And they teach me how to sing. You know that. It's called artist development.
Shannon,
but
I
they
live.
can teach you to be like this.
Shannon, I live. Shannon, I do have this question. I've heard you say it a bunch of times on this live, so that's the only reason why I'm asking. You are cisgender.
Yes.
So so tell me about how you got involved in ballroom. I mean, which I know it's not a foreign thing for cisgender women to be involved, but I'm curious to know your story.
So when I went to prison, I met my mother in prison. She was a part of ballroom, and one of the famed the iconic house of Con. And so she saw me and she was like, "You got to come back up to DC and go to a ball," because I never knew nothing about balls, never seen Paris, but I never knew anything, all of that. 2005 rolled around and I went to my first ball and I got hooked. I was like, I need to be a part of this because I know I was moving and shaking in the streets, but when you on the urban set or just in your philanthropy set around the moves and the shakers and things, you have to dress and look and act a certain type of way. But at a ball, it allows me to, that third person come out. So you just like Sasha Fierce, ballroom is my Sasha Fierce.
Okay. Do the people give you a hard time because you're cisgender in ballroom?
They do. They do. You saw they gave me a hard time on the show.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. You gotta take everything ain't gonna be grand. And then also too, a part of that by being cisgender, but also too because I don't allow them in my space. I don't allow them to get to know me because I like to keep people at a distance. It's just like some of your favorite celebrities. A lot of people don't understand. You 9 out of 10, you probably won't like them after you meet them.
Yeah, that parent.
And so if you want to keep that likability, you might actually want to stay the fuck away from them.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
And that's real shit. So I do that with the ballroom people. I'm not for everybody. Everybody's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't want that. They don't understand that. They want to be up in your house. They want to sleep. They want to break bread with you. They want to know all your ins and outs. So they think that's not how you're going to turn somebody. Bitch, you can't turn me because I'm going to tell you everything because, bitch, I want you to know. Because as soon as you think you get out of place, I'm going to snap you back into it.
So, now I'm curious to know, how does a cisgender woman navigate a realm that's predominant?
You have good girlfriends.
Okay.
When I say the ballroom and when I say one thing you can do, you can have you find great people no matter what. I've had some of the most amazing soulmates in ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say I believe in soulmates, don't have to be a sexual soulmate. A soulmate don't have to be somebody that you fell in love with and stuff. Soulmates can be friendship, real friendship. And I have had those in ballroom. And they have helped groom me. They have taken my idea, my foundation, and helped me polish it, point me in the right direction. Mm-hmm. That's what white folks do. That we black folks don't do. But when you get some good black folks, they're going to try to put you on because they know that in order to make just look at Oprah Winfrey and her platform, for instance. Oprah Winfrey is still Oprah Winfrey because she has brought along people. Mm-hmm. You're only as good as the person that you bring along.
Hey.
You don't bring somebody along and help build them up, your legacy die right where you left it at.
Let it be known, Shannon. I was telling somebody this the other day. Yes, that's so true.
And that's what ballroom. That's what I'm in my position now because I've gotten everything that I got out of ballroom. That I'm building other people now, so that my legacy will keep growing and growing and growing.
I know that's right, Shannon. Shannon, listen, I don't have no more questions for you. I don't have no more questions. You did an amazing job. How did Shannon do, y'all? Shannon was spilling the tea. She was dropping nuggets. She was reading. Shannon, listen, for everybody to know, I met Shannon. What'd you say?
And it's a whole lot more where it came from. But in due time, you have to give nuggets and nuggets and nuggets.
Mm-hmm. No, Shannon, listen, for everybody who knows, I met Shannon at Sophia Miss Sophia at her radio show a couple months ago. And I was like, this is just beautiful. I don't know who she is, but she is beautiful. Then I heard she was on not Pose, but Legendary. I was like, okay, I gotta watch. And every time I just see, I'm like, Shannon's so beautiful. Shannon's just radiates this light energy. I just enjoy you so much, Shannon.
Oh, thank you. Likewise. I just only be myself. I thought that was the most beautiful. But you know, that's what and it's so crazy. Let me tell you this story. A lot of people don't know. Myself and my house of Balenciaga was the first ones to embrace Madison. Nobody knows that. The house of
my gay mother.
Yes, T.S. Madison. People was trashing Madison and things of that nature. I said I didn't live for Madison. You know why I live for Madison? Because Madison has been true and authentic from the day one. She has been herself from day motherfucker. I live with somebody that just be themselves. And then when you listen to the stories, and I used to always send her private messages like, oh my God, I get you. I understand you. People don't understand you find commonality with people. It's like you don't realize that everybody has some of the same shit that has going on. No matter if you're straight, gay, black, white, you're going through these things. But we don't want to realize that we as human beings, we're all the same.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for that. Well, listen, Shannon, I'm about to get off. I need to finish my little errands. I need to finish working. Please save this live so we can go back and watch it again. I may post. Can I post this on my YouTube channel?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Y'all, I love y'all so much. Shannon, I love you. I can't wait to see you again. Yes. All right, y'all. We finna get up out of here. Well, I'm finna get up out of here. Yeah. Body, yada, 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 yada. Titties. I gotta go. I'm gonna keep reading out. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.